Hey guys, welcome to the third and final part of our Assassin's Creed special. I've of course saved the best for last, and that is Assassin's Creed 2 for the Xbox 360 and PS3. So, I didn't think I was going to finish this special up till after Thanksgiving. I figured I'd wait a few days, but looking at some of the comments that you guys left me on Assassin's Creed for PSP, a lot of them have been really positive, and you guys kind of inspired me to finish the special. So thank you guys, and hopefully you enjoy this review too. And let's get right to it. Basically, Assassin's Creed 2 was one of those games that I wanted to make sure I picked up at midnight because I was really curious to see how they would conclude the story from the first one. And I got to be honest with you, about a year ago when I saw Assassin's Creed 2 on the cover of Game Informer magazine, half of me was shocked. I kind of figured there'd be a sequel, but at the same time I was kind of worried there wouldn't be a sequel at the same time because a lot of reviewers, again, panned the first Assassin's Creed for being repetitive. And I was kind of worried that maybe they wouldn't continue the story, but seeing that cover was awesome, and flipping through and reading the feature and seeing that they were taking it to a new time period, that Ubisoft listened to the fans of the first game, and it was going to expand and improve things and make sure it wasn't repetitive. It sounded like the ultimate assassination game. Well, here we are now, and I picked the game up at midnight, and I'm driving home thinking, okay, I remember how the first game ended. How are they going to pick it up? Did they really go and expand all this stuff? God, I hope so. So I pop it in, and right from the get-go, the game picks up right away. You kind of think it's going back into the generic walking around the lab like you did the first one as Desmond Miles, and I don't want to spoil much of the stuff, so I'll kind of keep this very brief. They kick it up a notch right away and make it really awesome and really exciting, and put the player in a new area and a new perspective that makes things cool. And of course, being zapped into Renaissance Italy as Enzio, the new assassin, the way they introduce him is very, very cool. Now, Altair in the first Assassin's Creed was already a master's assassin who was kind of kicked from the ranks and had to regain his honor. Enzio is not an assassin at the beginning of the game. He is from a family of assassins, basically, and he has the natural talents of an assassin. And when I say that, I mean just like Altair, he can free run awesome, he can climb awesome, he can move very easily like the wind, which actually from checking out the commentary, Enzio means eagle in Italian, and just like at the synchronization points high, there's always been eagles up there, so that's how they tie that into that. And he does move like an eagle. He moves faster, climbs faster, in every way and shape he's better than Altair. And being a key component of an Assassin's Creed game is the control. And the control was kind of finicky in the first game. Don't get me wrong, it had great control, but there were times where you do miss jumps and everything and you could die. They have improved the control so much that it's unbelievable. There were still a couple times in this game where I jumped and I fell to my death and I missed things a couple of times. But overall, it's been improved so much that it's probably my fault that I died anyway. The sound they do in this game, from the attacks, from the screams, from the chatter, the ambient noise, the Foley noises are just awesome. The music is well done; it fits the environment, and graphically, the game looks better than the first one, which is also an awesome accomplishment. But now what about gameplay? Did Ubisoft really take that game from the first Assassin's Creed and expand it? And they have. There is so much to do, and the missions are so varied compared to the first one that you don't feel at all like you're doing the same thing over and over and over again like you were doing in the first one. A couple examples. One mission you could be flying in the air using Leonardo da Vinci's machine, or helping him escape capture from these crazy Templars. I mean, it's amazing. There's also tons of side missions and stuff that you can do, from beating up people on the street, from run and gun tasks where you're picking up letters from people then dropping them off, carnival contests and stuff like that to become a champion. There's so much that they put into this game that it doesn't feel repetitive at all. And speaking of gameplay, one key element of gameplay that, of course, they had to put in because you go to Italy is your assassin can swim. The swim controls are awesome. The diving is awesome. It's awesome that Ezio can swim because I'm sure that you know if you played the first one was really annoying when you were a trained master assassin and you would accidentally fall in water and die. You do not run into that anymore, and that is awesome. Storyline-wise, the storyline in the first game was decent, but again, you would do 3 sub-objectives and then you would kill the main leader and get a little bit more of the story. Every mission to this game has something to do with the story. It all ties in and works really well. Right from the beginning, you're just a kind of a high nobleman, Ezio, running around the streets who loves women and has that Italian fiery charm to him. And he's just kind of a carefree guy. And then in an instant, everything he knows is kind of taken away from him, and he kind of embraces the life of an assassin. And the story for this, again, is just very well written, and it actually takes place not in like weeks' time or months' time, but in a period of 10 years. So as you grow, liking Ezio, he's growing as well, learning more and getting more assassin skills. And I know we're kind of running short on time. This game has so much to it that it's hard to do in 10 minutes. Let's talk really quick about the weapons. Hidden Blade is back with a ton of upgrades. 2 hidden blades and even a firearm attachment so you can shoot people. A variety of swords, a variety of knives, smoke bombs, poison blades. They've added so much to this, including armor and other items too. You can go to a tailor and you can change the way your clothes looks completely. There are shops that have medicine and doctors that can heal you. So now you can go and buy your weapons, which is really awesome, and it adds a whole currency system to the game. So that's an improvement there as well. Another thing you can do is later on in the game, you go to your uncle's town, and it's kind of a beat up old town. You actually kind of take control of the town, and you upgrade places. You had a thieves guild, and you upgrade the weapon shop and the tailor shop so you can get more of a discount. You make the town like back to a wonderful place where people come to visit, and that actually goes towards your money so you can buy more stuff in the future. But I played this, I picked it up on its release date, and I just finished it last night, and I played it pretty hardcore. It is much, much longer than the first Assassin's Creed game, and that's a good thing. Again, the story is phenomenal, the gameplay is awesome, and it's a good, long game that you can enjoy and appreciate. And when you do finish the game, you are given the option to start and play, not over again, but right after the ending, so you can run around and continue to do the side missions. And there, again, are a ton of side missions and things you can do. So, pretty awesome. So far I haven't complained anything about the game. The only complaint I had about the game was after a certain point you need to pick up these codex scrolls. And what happens is you can't proceed to the final portion of the game without collecting all of them, and I think there's 30 in total. Well, the game makes you grab all 30, and it kind of recalled memories to me of the Alone in the Dark game, and I was kind of getting angry. Well, the good news is it's worth getting those scrolls completely because the final level is freaking awesome. You will use every single one of your assassin skills that you learned. It is well worth it. It is well worth it. So, Assassin's Creed 2 earns a 5 out of 5. I think that Ubisoft took everything about the first one and made it awesome, just like they said. And right now, for Game of the Year, for me, it's a tie between Uncharted 2 and Assassin's Creed 2. And I'm not quite sure who I'm going to give the nod to. Those are both fantastic games. But if you like the first one, definitely, no question about it, pick this up. It is awesome. If you played the first one and you kind of liked it but didn't like how repetitive it is, rent it. It is well worth the rental, and I'd be surprised that if you don't say, hey, I may go buy this because this is much better than the first one. It's definitely worth checking out, guys, even if you didn't like the first one that much. I'm Unleaded Logic, and that is the end of the Assassin's Creed special. I wish I had more time. I'm Mike Murtis. Peace.